According to author and educator Charles Swindoll, life is 10% what happens to you and 90% how you react to it, i.e. your attitude. Hello friends, this is Stella, your host on the Family Enrichment Hub, your center for family learning and for growth. I'm delighted to be speaking to us today again about another important virtue that we need to be instilling in the lives of our children, and that is personal responsibility. Personal responsibility entails owning the decisions of your life. It entails living intentionally. It means taking responsibility for the results that your life are going to produce. I recently had the privilege of attending a parents' meeting in Mount St. Mary's College in Amagunga, where one of my daughters studies. And we were very, very surprised when the head teacher came to speak to us and shared a very unfortunate story to the parents. The head teacher was actually expressing her disappointment in the way that parents are raising their children today. She said a parent called her and made a very unusual request to be allowed to bring in a domestic servant to the school to support her daughter with her personal activities like washing her clothes, ironing them, generally taking charge of any work-related activity where the child is supposed to be involved so that her child can be comfortable. We were rather disappointed as parents, generally speaking, and it left many of us wondering what kind of children we are honestly raising in this generation. How can you even be thinking of taking your child to a boarding school, and yet you have not prepared them for life in boarding school? Life in boarding school is about fend for yourself, take charge of your personal space, take charge of your personal items, be independent. That's what boarding school is all about. And for you, sending your child to school with the hope and expectation that another person is going to take charge of the personal space of your child. Allow me to just share other aspects where many of us parents are actually failing, and that can be hints for us to show us that our children are growing up into irresponsible people. You find a child who is not comfortable with personal hygiene and personal administration. I've personally met people who are adults, people who are above 20 years, and women at that, who are not comfortable with taking a shower even once a day. Somebody is not comfortable even brushing their teeth, but they are so confident to appear in public. And it leaves me honestly wondering where this kind of human being was raised from. So that is a clear sign of a child is growing up to become a totally irresponsible human being. Others are not comfortable taking charge of their personal spaces. For example, their bathrooms, their toilets, their bedrooms. They would rather have a maid, a domestic servant, do those chores for them. When your child is not comfortable executing chores which are connected to their personal space, you know you're raising up a very irresponsible child. Watch out for a child who is always blaming others, blaming everything, blaming the situation in every failure, in everything that concerns them. They are not accountable. They don't take responsibility for anything. When you hear a child who is always blaming, the teachers are so bad, the school is so bad, the school food is so bad, the students are just terrible, their scaries are so bad, everything around them is just so bad. Beware, that is a sign of you raising an irresponsible child. A child who looks at the wrongs and the faults in others, and they never point to themselves to say, where could I be contributing to this mess? That is a sign of a child who is going to grow into irresponsibility as an adult. Look out for the ones who do really poor execution of tasks. For instance, chores at home, at school, be it in their academics, they are consistently poor performers. That is a sign of your child maybe growing into an irresponsible human being. They are financially reckless. A child whom you give money and you give very specific instructions on what needs to be done with that money, and they go and do their own personal programs, and even when they return, they do not give you accountability and a breakdown of the money that you gave them. That's a clear sign of a child who is turning out to be totally irresponsible. They are always blaming their background. They are always blaming their parents for certain mistakes, for certain results that are displaying in their lives. When you hear a child talking of, I wish I was born in another family. I wish so-and-so was my mother and my father. I wish I was coming from a better tribe. That is a clear sign of you raising a child who is irresponsible. Because like I mentioned in our opening quote, life is 10% what is thrown at you, but 90% of what happens in your life is about your attitude. So your attitude towards your parents, your background, your upbringing, and any other external factor is really just 10%. So you must face your life and say, this is it. How can I make it better? 90% of that decision will determine the results that you're going to see within your life. You also hear those who have gone on to complete school and they blame the school system. They are blaming the course that they have done. They are blaming the lecturers who taught them. They are blaming everything around them for their failure to get a job, for their failure to be responsible in any space where they find themselves. That category of people clearly speaks to they do not take personal responsibility. They are not accountable for anything that is going on within their lives. They are also the category who cannot even cook a simple meal. They depend on others to survive. They cannot live on their own because they've not been raised to be personally responsible for their life and for their comfort. They have to depend on another person. Remember, as we are raising these children, we are raising somebody's spouse, we are raising somebody's employee, we are raising somebody's employer, we are raising citizens that are going to take very unique positions within the society. So we better not sleep as parents. Let's raise up people who are not going to be a source of shame and embarrassment, who are going to be people that will bring glory and honor to themselves, their families, and to the society where they are living. Remember, when we raise up irresponsible children, they are going to be a burden everywhere they go. They are going to be shunned by their own families and societies because nobody wants to live with an irresponsible person. There are people who come to just look for faults and blame in every space where they find themselves. So let's beware in the way we are raising our children and ensure we are raising up people who can comfortably live anywhere with anybody in any space, and they will thrive and cause change and progress within the spaces where they are belonging. Take care of your personal space so that when you thrive in your personal space, you'll be entrusted with bigger responsibilities, for instance, in the corporate spaces, because whoever takes care of the little details of their life will be able to take care of big details regarding the wider society. Allow me to conclude with this, friends. Your life is yours. Nobody is coming to rescue you from your irresponsibility. And the earlier you own up your life mistakes and decisions as an individual, the faster you will improve and grow and become fruitful to yourself, to your family, and to the society at large. Thank you, friends, for listening in. Kindly share widely, for this is how we shall truly transform our society through the family. God bless you. Catch you until next time again.